How many people are looking at this for the first time this evening? You're a guest. Raise up your hand. I'm not going to bite you. I'm all the way up here. I just need to know who to pick on. No, I'm just kidding you. Okay. Let me, first of all, I want to let you know this is not what I did before. I fell into this project by accident. Prior to this project, my partner, Dr. Lee, and I, we were doing a communication company for approximately 8 years. Some of you were involved in it, okay? I was chairman and CEO of one of the largest marketing companies here in Orange County. So this is not what I did. I fell into this by accident. I went to a meeting in Los Angeles. Some girl asked me to go to the meeting. I did not want to go to the meeting whatsoever. I got stuck, is what happened. I didn't want to go. She's a friend of mine. I went to the meeting just to get rid of her. Honestly. Not to get rid of her. You know what I mean? To get rid of her bugging me. She kept telling me to go to this meeting. And, you know, I don't want to go to a meeting, but she's a friend. You guys know what I mean? And the whole time I was sitting there, I kept thinking, this is one of them Zango things. I kept thinking Zango or Noni Juice or Mona V or, you know, some kind of, I was freaking out, okay? And by the way, I have nothing wrong against those companies. Just in case you're doing it, I have no problem with it. It just wasn't something that I wanted to do. Do you know what I mean? You know, from chairman and CEO to water, that's a really far stretch, okay? But what the whole time, as a matter of fact, I thought this was some kind of a door-to-door, you know, rinky-dink, illegal, multi-level pyramid, you know, last business you get into before you commit suicide kind of thing. Some of the new people are relating with me. So but what happened was I saw this machine right here. Somebody showed me this machine. They were talking about it. And then somebody told me the price. And I could not believe how much it was. Have you heard how much this thing is? That was the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. I almost fell off my chair when somebody told me how much this was. And I thought, you got to be kidding me. And the reason why was because I thought it was a water filter. Nobody told me all the explanations. You know, it produced water. I was drinking water, so normally I thought it was a water filter. Everybody has one. You have a Culligan or a reverse osmosis or a Brita or something. They certainly aren't that price. So what happened was, you know, it was freaking me out. And then I had some people in the room who I knew that had bought the unit. Arlene bought the unit. Vicky, Sala, I mean, all these people who I've known for 10 to 12 years. So I was just fact-finding. Arlene told me there was something about a gout issue, you know, with her daughter, and Vicky told me something about acid reflux. I don't know any of these things. I come from communication. So when they told me, it was all like passing me by. I just listened because they were friends of mine. But let me tell you what I heard, okay? And you know what? Instead of me showing you, okay, or telling you, documentation always beats conversation. How many people in the room, honestly, since you've been drinking the water, okay, you have gotten tremendous health benefits, and I'm not talking about quenching your thirst. You've gotten tremendous health benefits as a result of just drinking the water. Please raise up your hands. There you go. Documentation beats conversation every time. This is what was happening, you know? I heard this from all over the place in the room. They weren't trying to sell me. They were just trying to find, you know, I was just fact-finding. Let me tell you this, though. I didn't believe none of the stories. I didn't believe none of them. The whole time I was thinking, God, these are like, they're like brainwashed, like, you know. I've heard of these companies that, you know, they come in and they sing and all that. I go, these people are like, you know, because I didn't believe it. Until, as a matter of fact, I said, you know what? If this water is so good, and if somebody can give me some water, that would be cool, you know, to drink up here. If this water is so good, I said, let me give it to my partner, Dr. Lee. You know, my partner, Dr. Lee, is 77. Dr. Zia, you know Dr. Lee, right? He had all kinds of issues. You can ask him. You should see what the water did for my partner. Unbelievable. And then Al Dorsey, one of my best friends. And you know Al. You should see what it did for my partner, for my good friend Al. He's 63 62 plus years old, and he has all these ailments that come, after whatever. You should see what the water did for him. Now, let me tell you this. I still didn't believe them at all. I didn't believe him. When Al called me and said, this water is doing something, man. It's really helping me. I said, Al, that's water. How can that happen? It's something the VA hospital is giving you. That's what I thought. Until it happened to my mom. Bingo. When I was behind my mom, and I know the way my mom walks, and I know the way my mom lives, and I know all the stuff she takes. Until it happened with my mom, my aunt, my cousin, my aunt in New York, my aunt in Corona, until the water, unbelievable results. So that's why I took a look at this. And by the way, let me have some of this water here. That's not why I got involved, okay? That made me take a look at it. I got involved because of the money. Is that okay to say? All right? Because I can tell you, hey, I got involved in this because I love helping people and because people will get... No, that wasn't... No. I got involved because one of my best friends who earned less than $50,000 working for the government in 2006, okay, but he was traveling all around the country and working and so on, right? In his first 8 months in this business, I saw him make like 6 times more in his first 8 months, not knowing what he's doing in a down economy, made that much more than he did in 2000. Multiply your income by 6 times. The ones that are working, okay? But I was in LA one time, I said that, and I had somebody in the back go, well, 6 times 0 is 0. I felt like going there and popping him on the head. The ones that are working, multiply your income, even twice. It'll change everything for you. That's why I got involved in this. Also, as I was hanging around with Bob Gradelli here, his phone kept ringing, and he kept going, oh, yeah, you're welcome, you're welcome. All day long, oh, you're welcome, I'll get you more water. Yeah, you're welcome, no problem. Yeah, I'll be there in about 3 o'clock. Oh, you're welcome. So obviously the other person saying thank you. And I told my wife, everybody thanks you, and you make that kind of money? I said, here's all my chips, I'm all in. That's what I'm doing. I already knew at that moment what I was doing next. So that's how I got involved. So I want to show you the whole project very quickly, okay? First of all, this is how the whole thing began. Back in the 50s, they did a research of all of these waters all around the world. And just so you know, when they did this right here, I knew it was a true story right away because of that right there, Lourdes. Every time my mom and my aunt goes to Lourdes, they bring me back a Madonna, and it has water from Lourdes. For reals. It's upstairs. It's on my altar upstairs. Okay? I don't know what to do with it because, I'm sort of, because they go, oh, this is water from Lourdes, So I go, okay, I just leave it there because I'm sort of scared of it. I don't know what to do with it. But I know this is a true story. And there's 7, I believe there's 7 different well waters around the world where for thousands of years, thousands of people have been going to these well waters, okay? Well, what happened was they found out, it was discovered that all of the well waters, when they checked them out, all had one thing in common. They all had what they call active hydrogen, right there, which today is known as alkaline water, okay? Well, what happened is this company, a couple of decades later, developed units that produce that water, and even better. And today it's used in over 100 of the best hospitals in Japan. It's used by over 30,000 restaurants, schools, businesses, okay? So that's how this has grown. This is a very, very well-established company, by the way. And, take a look at it. 34-year-old privately held company. They're an original equipment manufacturer. In other words, they do everything themselves, from R&D, manufacturing, sales, service, warranty, financing. They do everything. They don't sub anything out. They are the #1 in their industry. They have a phenomenal rating with the Better Business Bureau, and they have, all kinds of different industry awards and endorsements. As a matter of fact, if you want to see their awards, all you have to do is take a look at the wall. Some of the awards they have are incredible. Now, they have offices Here, their factory is in Osaka, and they have offices throughout the world, including the one they just opened up in Dusseldorf, Germany. And in North America, you can see they're well-rooted, okay? If you go to enagic.com, you're going to see all those awards. So I'll let you do the checking. But I'm going to tell you, some of the entities that are giving them awards, very hard to get awards from, okay? Now, here's what the company does. They make water technology equipment. This is where I went wrong right away, right here. Because I thought it was a water filter when I saw it. Doesn't that look like a water filter to you? Or some kind of fancy espresso machine? Or maybe something Ron Popeil would sell on TV or something? I don't know. But I didn't think this was a medical equipment. Nobody told me. Nobody told me that that unit right there is licensed, sold, and approved as a medical device in Japan. And I just let you know, the government of Japan is a little bit strict on things, and if they license that as a medical device, it's a medical device. Nobody told me that. Nobody told me that this unit right here is endorsed by one of the largest and most prestigious group of doctors in Asia. 4,500 of the top doctors belong to the Japanese Association of Preventative Medicine for Adult Diseases. They have never endorsed a water unit, ever. That's the first water unit they've ever endorsed, okay? It's UL listed, and you're looking at the Mercedes-Benz. Now, when we were investigating this industry, we found all kinds of different units are out there. Competition, right? Healthy. Every one of their competition compared themselves to this unit. Every one we found there compared themselves to this unit right there. That's the Mercedes. Okay? It's the Rolex of the industry. And you know, it's for your body, right? For the new people that are watching this or looking at this, it's for your body. When I bought this unit, it was for me, my daughter, my wife, and then my mom. Now, if it's for you, your daughter, your wife, your mom, what unit do you want? Let me ask you that. Wouldn't you want the best one out there? That's why it's the Mercedes. If I'm buying it for you, then I want half price. You know what I mean? I don't mean that, by the way. But, you know, if somebody said, hey, buy a unit for this guy, hey, where's Pick and Save? I want the cheapest. Okay? But if it's for me, if it's for my family, what's the best one out there? You're looking at the Mercedes-Benz of the industry. And everybody compares themselves to this one. They always say, oh, we're just like this one, except we're half price. There's no such thing. Okay? They're cheaper because they're cheaper. Yeah. Right? There's no such thing. Here, this is the reason why the unit works. Look at this. It makes 5. See, nobody told me that if you press this button right here, the water that comes out of this unit, if you have psoriasis or eczema or fungus or athlete's feet, you should see how much it helps. It's incredible because it produces water that kills 99% of bacteria within 30 seconds or so. Nobody told me that the unit makes water that emulsifies this oil better than 409, better than Comet, better than any household cleaner you have in your kitchen. Is that crazy? Or my Culligan didn't do that. Does your water filter do that? My water filter never did that. Nobody told me it makes 5 different types of water. On top of it, it's approved as a medical device by the Japanese Ministry of Health and Welfare. It's sort of equivalent to the FDA of the United States. It's the best unit out there. It lasts about 20 years or so. They're finding out by the units that are out there. Now, let me tell you why the water is helping people. There you go. Those 3 items. Number 1, it's got antioxidant properties. The water is microcluster and alkaline. Now, I'll explain each one to you. First, you've heard of the word antioxidant. Everybody touts it. We have doctors in the room. They tell you it's good for you. Okay? See, oxidation right there is what causes this part right here. If you want to slow some of this down, you got to slow this down. And if you don't know what oxidation is, on a day like yesterday, a warmer day, right? Cut an avocado in half, leave it on your kitchen table, go away for half an hour and come back. You'll understand what oxidation is. What will the avocado be? Brown. It'll happen to an apple, but an avocado, unbelievable. That's the process called oxidation. Well, whenever you drink liquids, okay, whenever you ingest something, that's happening inside your body. It's oxidation. That's why doctors always tout antioxidant. Well, this unit, I'm not an engineer, by the way, okay? All I know is this unit, when the water goes through there, it's got some kind of technology that makes it the highest antioxidant that we've been able to find, okay? So the water you're drinking is very, very high in antioxidant. Number two, it's got anti-inflammatory properties. That's why it's helping with gout. I've learned about gout since about a year of reading about it. Yeah, it's about pain, okay? I don't know that much about it, but I had people with, I had some friends that it helped with certain things that are inflammatory, like edema or something. Unbelievable. And it has anti-aging properties. The water actually has the ability to slow down the aging process because it cleans your cells, it helps clean your cells, and as a lot of you know, healthy cells produce healthy cells, okay? Check this out right here. That's our founder, Mr. Oshiro. This is our business advisor for US. Whenever we ask people, how old do you think he is? They always say, 45, 50, 55, 60, whatever. How about this guy? 65, 70, 55? See? You know, and by the way, I get to spend time with Mr. Oshiro sometimes. If you're with him, you won't think he's over 50. The skin is just, wow, it's unbelievable. And the energy, he's got more energy than me. How's that possible? Okay? So, and the funny thing about this picture right here, for the new people, they're both identical ages. He's 68, he's 68. Look at that, they're both identical, okay? This guy has so much energy, it's incredible, and look at the difference. And when a friend of mine from back east asked him, how come your appearance and your energy is that way? He said two things, he attributed two things. Number one, keeping stress out, which means he said simplicity. Easy for him to say, obviously, but he also said he's been drinking this water to the tune of 3 to 4 liters for 2 decades. The water has a very high antioxidant, which helps out in, anti-inflammatory and then anti-aging properties that help your body maintain certain things. This is called an oxidation reduction potential chart. This is what we've, look at this. When you put the meter in soda, that's the worst one we found, by the way. Okay, so if you want to grow old fast, this helps out a lot. Okay, drink a lot of soda. You'll get to the finish line first. All right, sports drink, tap water. Some of the bottled water we've been led to believe that's supposed to be good for us. We're finding out it's different. You read the news. I don't have to. Okay, now when you go to the other side of the chart, it's sort of like a golf score. When you go to that side, it becomes negative, see, which means it's got oxidation reduction potential. Vitamin C falls into about negative 50. Green tea, why do you drink green tea? Antioxidant, okay? Negative 80 in the neighborhood. Then you have all the berries over here. And then the highest one we found is cod liver oil. Good for you, by the way. If you can drink a pitcher of cod liver oil every day, that's very good for you. You'll probably die of the taste, I don't know. Look at Kangen water. Kangen water starts at negative 300 and it goes all the way to negative 700 and sometimes higher. It's the highest antioxidant in a liquid that we've been able to find anyway. Okay? So the next thing it has is microcluster. I didn't know about this either at all. I didn't know there was big water and small water. You know, when I asked Dr. Lee, my partner, I said, Dr. Lee, there's small water? And you know, he's a graduate of MIT with his PhD and whatever the letters he has in his room, right? And he said, yeah, of course there is, like everybody's supposed to know. I didn't know this. This water is microcluster, the water you're drinking. It penetrates you at a cellular level. It has the ability to go throughout your body. It hydrates your brain in 30 seconds or so. It has the ability to touch all the parts of your skin in 10 minutes or so. Why? It penetrates you at a cellular level. The best way to explain this is, let's say you're at a park, baseball park, chain link fence, and I took some baseballs and threw it at the chain link fence trying to get it through, what will happen to every baseball? It'll come back. How about if I took some BBs or marbles? Some of it will go through. That's this water. Let me tell you what happens when people drink it first. You might have experienced it. Some people get lightheaded. They get a head rush. They think they have a headache, some people. No, it just hydrated your brain, that's why. Number two, okay, here's another thing that happens, right? Some of you have drank a glass, and this is a pretty big glass. Some of you have drank 2 glasses. Why aren't you bloated? Drink 2 or 3 glasses of this water. You'll go, where is it? See, if you drink just 1 glass of regular water, you know you'll be bloated. Drink 3 glasses tonight of this, and you'll go, where is it? It's not in your stomach. It's all over the place. I have a friend who's a runner, and he said this is the first water that he's ever been able to drink before running because it's all over. And he's taken something like so many, you know, I don't know runners, but he's running faster or he's getting home sooner is what it is, okay? I don't know how to explain it, so that's the best way to explain it, all right? You know, you're made out of water, right? You know that. Look at that. Look at your blood is like 90%. Look at your filtering system. So here's the question. What kind of water is filtering this machine right here? What kind of water is filtering all the things that this thing is ingesting? Because the healthier the water and the more you filter it, the better performing body. It's common sense. If you have a car and you change the oil and you keep the oil clean every 3,000 miles, you have a better performing engine. Common sense. If you have an aquarium and you change the water every, a couple weeks, a month, whatever, you have healthier fish, right? Well, better water, you have a healthier body. So again, this is the next thing it does. The third thing it does, boy, this one I really didn't know anything about. I was like probably one of the most ignorant people that started in this business. You know, when I first saw this word right there, alkaline, the first thing I thought of, honestly, was Duracell. I thought they were talking about batteries, because when have you seen the word alkaline? Me, I've only seen it on Duracell. I've seen it on Eveready. I shop at Costco. I bought Kirkland batteries. They say alkaline. So, but just so you know, it's the wrong alkaline, okay? Let me tell you what I've found in 1 year. We've done this through research, through books, through me talking to a lot of doctors, and I want to show you what the majority of the things we found say, okay? Number 1, and I didn't know this, alkaline in your body always equals health, a healthy body. I never knew that. Acid in your body always equals sickness. I never knew that. The books are saying it. Here's another thing we found out, okay? There's a book called Alkalize or Die, Dr. Baruti. He says, all human disease come from one root cause. Right there, acid. I never knew that. Here's another thing I found out. Human disease have a hard time surviving in an alkaline state because, you know, the body has the ability to not only heal itself, but, you know, be better in fighting things. Also, here's another, we found out so many different things. It's really weird because I never knew this, okay? Here's another thing. When a child's first born, I heard a child that's in here just crying a second ago, okay? When a child's first born, they're mostly here. When a human being gets older and dies, they're over there. That's called a clue, right? You want to stay on this side. Here's another thing we found out. Wow, we were finding out. Here's one that we found out. This one's crazy because I wanted to know what's the biggest problem in the United States. Well, several decades ago, it used to be heart disease. Until today, it's cancer. Cancer is the #1 issue in the United States for health, okay? Now, whenever they check out cancer patients, not 90%, not 80%, did you know that cancer patients are loaded and some of them are overloaded with that acid? I didn't know that. So we said, who's saying this stuff? Here's the report I got back, right here. This is the best one I got. This is a guy by the name of Dr. Otto Warburg. This doctor received the Nobel Prize. If you don't know what Nobel Prize is, it's the highest award a human being can get on the planet Earth for advancing humankind in a particular field, whether it be science, literature. He got it for medicine. He got it for finding the true cause of cancer. And guess what it says in his report? Right there. And guess how he says how to fix it. Can you say that word?
It is through alkaline.
Alkaline. Isn't that weird? And I do meetings at my place, you know, and I have doctors. I know I see some of the doctors that are at my place, and I told them. I mean, I respect their, you know, but there was different opinions. And I said, well, until you get one of them Nobel things, I'm listening to this guy. This is the highest we could find. I can't go any higher. Okay? So here's, see what it is you all have a normal temperature, right? What is it? 98.6. When it goes to 99, 100, 101, 102, you need to bring it down because the body becomes weaker. You also have a neutral pH balance, 7.365. You definitely want to keep it here, but as we eat the things and we do this, the stress, you start moving here and here. You need to bring it down here, balance. Now, unless you're drinking Kangen water, this alkaline water, or doing some method, or you're like one of my friends who drinks this, you know, that green juice that's alkaline and it's terrible. He drinks it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You won't do that. You know, if you like your food, you won't do that. But unless you're doing that, most of you, if not all of you, are in this area, right here. Some of you are over here. Some of you are on the freeway next to this building. Why? Because we don't, you know, we just put food in mouth and don't care. I don't care what happens to it. It can be there for 5 years. No, you need to continuously flush it out, continuously do that. And this water really helps, okay? Another thing, okay? When you're in alkaline, by the way, your energy is unbelievable, okay? Now, what do you notice about kids? What do they always have? Energy. Haven't you ever said, where does he get his energy from? How come they don't sleep? Those kids run around all day, right? As you age, your energy goes a little bit down. But I'm going to tell you, with the alkaline, with this water, here, documentation beats conversation. How many people in the room, ever since they've been drinking the water, your energy has shot through the roof? Raise up your hand. Bingo. Documentation every time. That's the best way to do it, see? It's like drinking Red Bull. But you know, that doesn't have the Red Bull. I drink like 1 glass in the morning and I'm like, phew, ready to go. I have sometimes I have too much wine at night, right? You drink like, I don't know why, you drink 1 glass and you're like, you feel different the next morning. You don't have that hangover effect. You're ready, I don't know why. I'm not a doctor. I don't know why. All I know is you got to try this water, okay? Now, this is Dr. Shinya. When I first saw this picture, I saw that word and I saw his face and it did not match in my brain because world-renowned means I'm supposed to know them, right? If they would have shown Dr. Phil, I would have said, oh, okay, I know him. But he's not world-renowned for his face. Dr. Shinya is world-renowned for his invention. You're looking at the guy that invented a procedure called colonoscopy. Okay? So everybody knows that. And if you don't know what it is, for the young people in the room, don't worry about it. You will be meeting it one day. Everybody here meets his invention. Okay? Because sometimes the people, you know, what is that? I guarantee you, one day it's going to sneak up behind you. Okay? So that's a time release joke. Some of you will get it on the way home. Oh! Anyway, this guy is the best in the world. His medical center, people go from all over to see him. Now, he can tell you from one picture, the age, the stress level, your lifestyle, just from one picture of the colon, okay? Now, here's the biggest clue I got. Dr. Shinya, prescribed, he's not only a major proponent for the company, he prescribes Kangen water as part of his treatment regimen to his patients. Is that like the biggest clue or what? And not alkaline water, Kangen water. Because Kangen water can only be derived from that machine, because Kangen is a trademark name of Enagic. It means bring back to origin, okay? So, I mean, here, look at, and by the way, they've done over 300,000 colonoscopies. Let me show you something here, okay? And I know this is graphic, but we have to pay attention to this. And this is not the sewer system to this building, okay? Look at the before and look at the after. Check it out. Look at here. Look at this. This is a female with a problem. Look at the before and the after. This is a 52-year-old male. It's unbelievable. Look at, he has some kind of prostate problem, but look at the before and the after. I saw so many pictures like this where the left side were all different and the right side were all identical. Pink and healthy, pink and healthy, pink and healthy, pink and healthy. This one, 3 months after treatment. Incredible. And you cannot be healthy outside without being healthy inside. Okay? It starts on the inside. So, if anything, like I said, this is educational, but you know what? Everything I'm telling you is all fact. And we got the books to back it up. We have everything. So, here's one. All disease come from the same root cause. Here's another one. You're not sick. You're thirsty. Don't treat thirst with medication. Because you see in the United States, we all treat thirst with medication. We're a pill for every ill country. You know, the pharmaceutical companies just hired another 100,000 sales reps. That's one sales rep for every 10 doctors, okay? Because they're, you know, pharmacies are the richest companies in United States. You know, you watch Forbes and all of that. When you have a headache, right, you don't think, oh, what caused that? You know, what you think is, where's the Motrin? Where's the Advil? Where's the Tylenol? That's what you think. When you have a backache, what's the first? Dones, etc. When you have a stomachache, Tums, Rolaids, Pepto-Bismol, Pepsid acid, Alka-Seltzer, purple pill, whatever you use. You know? When you have a muscle ache, right, you go get a muscle pill. When you have a butt ache, you'd get a butt pill, you know? I don't know if I'm supposed to say that, but there's pills for everything. In Japan, they don't do that. They look for the root cause. They want to find out where the root problem is, okay? And you know, we were hearing so much about these technologies in Japan, this, that. We wanted to find out because the Japanese people had been drinking this water for decades. Some of their kids grew up on it. We wanted to find out who was the longest living nationality on the planet Earth. You want to guess? Japanese. It's put out by United Nations. Japanese women, number one. Well, Japanese, number one. United States, number 38. Underneath Cuba, where they shoot people. I don't understand that. You know, it's unbelievable. Number 38. By the way, don't worry about it. I'm from the Philippines. My country wasn't on the chart. I was going, you know, it was like freaking me out, you know. But there's like, I think only 100. They did the first 100, right? And I'll tell you why. It's because of what we eat. You know, I eat acid on top of acid. There's a food in our country called kare kare, right? That's acidic. But I can't eat it without bagong, which is 10 times more acidic. So that's, I don't know. Anyway, so here's another one. Without water, your body goes acidic. It goes into fat storing. Your body's very smart. That's why a lot of people can't lose weight, because your body's way of protecting itself is this right here. If you get rid of that, that comes off, okay? How many people in the room, honestly, have had some kind of weight loss because of the water? Look at that. Unbelievable. I better stop drinking it. I'm going to disappear. You won't be able to see me if I stand behind that thing. Wow. Anyway, hey, okay. You know what? I want to show you this now. It's the demonstration. And take a look at this, because this one, we had filmed this, you know, last year. It's done by Bob Gradelli, who does one of the best demonstrations. But I want you to take a look at this. It's very quick. And if you can, however, for the new people, 2 things. 1, see a live demo, because watching this live is unbelievable. Number 2, always make sure you bring the water home, okay? Let's take a look at what the water does.
Hi, my name is Bob Gudelli, and I'm here today to show you the 3 qualities of the water that make this water so special and different from anything we've ever experienced in our life. What I've gathered here is an assortment of bottled water that many of us are drinking today, and I'm going to show you the first quality of the water with what is called a ORP pinpoint meter, and ORP means oxidation reduction potential of liquids. They're either going to show a positive ORP or a negative ORP. So let's move over to Dasani. This is a product of Coca-Cola. So many of you drink this like I used to. And as you see, it's already climbing, it's above 130, so that's a positive. I'm going to move over to Aquafina, and that's a product of Pepsi-Cola. Notice this one climbing above 160. I'm going to move over to Arrowhead, and that's now climbing, look, above 300. Let's move over to Alive. This is a product that I used to buy and drink called Wellness Water. It must be good for us because they call it wellness water or vitamin waters. Notice it's almost to 400. Here we're moving over to Fiji water. It's at right around a 330. And then over to Smart Water. Notice it's still above 300. Let's move over to soda. Notice that one's almost 400. Now I'll go to tap water. That's at around 360. And now the star of the show, Kangen Water 9.5. Notice it's a negative 450. So as you see, that water jumped to negative right away. Negative, it's above a negative 470. And that's the most important quality of the water. And that's why, as I'll show you the device here in a moment, why that is manufactured as a medical device and sold as a medical device in Japan, because of that quality of the water alone. So I'm going to go and show you the second quality of the water with these pH drops, means potential hydrogen. It's going to show us whether these liquids are the pH scale from 0 to 14, whether they're acidic, to 7 being neutral, or to being very alkaline. And I'm just going to put a couple drops in each one of these. And that was the Dasani. Here's the Aquafina, the Arrowhead. Let's go to the Alive, the Fiji water, the Smart water, the soda, and there's the tap water, and here's Kangen water. Now let me stir these up real quick. I'm going to stir these up real quick, and then I'll show you this color chart here. Okay, here's the Dasani. Notice it is pretty acidic, right? Let's move over to the Arrowhead really quick. That's also very acidic. Let's do the, I'm sorry, that was the Aquafina. Now I'm doing the Arrowhead. Notice that's even more acidic. Here's the Alive water that I used to drink, also very acidic. Here's the Fiji water. Notice that one's a little better, more on the neutral range. Here's the Smart water, slightly acidic. And here's the soda, also extremely acidic. This is the tap water, also on the neutral range. Don't get too excited about tap water. Federally regulated by the government, besides the chlorine, and they use lye to raise the pH of the water. Here's the star of the show. Like I said, it's certainly not me. Kangen water 9.5, very alkaline. So that's the second quality of the water. And one more interesting thing I want to show you about the alkalinity of the water is when we drink alkaline water, notice how it will change the pH of these acidic waters. I'm going to show you, I need a little more to do those, as you see there, as you see the Smart water, as you see the tap water. And I need a whole container of 11.5 pH because these are so acidic that notice there's no change when I add the Kangen water to these. No change in the Alive, and then the soda. So just an education, if you drink 1 cup of this that's so acidic, you need to drink 32 cups of 9.5 Kangen water to neutralize 1 cup of soda. So as you can see, it's so acidic that it will change just with a few drops right back to very acidic. So in relation to the body, as you can see, if you continue to drink these things, it just keeps us in an acidic state, whereas the alkaline water of 9.5 helps to neutralize the acid-alkaline balance and flush the acid out of the body. Now I'm going to show you the third quality of the water, which is called microclustering of the molecules. I've taken ordinary tea bags. This is Yamamoto green tea, something that I like, and I'm going to take ordinary tap water and add it to this cup. And as you see, what do you normally have to do to make tea? You have to heat the water, right? Because this is just cold water. Now I'm going to take the Kangen water, 9.5, and add it to the same tea bag. And notice what it's doing immediately. It's making tea, as you can see there. So the molecule clusters in regular water are anywhere from 12 to 15 clusters, whereas the molecules in Kangen water are anywhere from 4 to 6 clusters, so much smaller. So as you can see, the water is reaching in and drawing out the tea just with cold water. So I'm going to show you a little demonstration here. I'm going to take and make a few extra glasses of tea. Notice that, how it's making tea right away. I'm going to do another one right there. Notice how that's doing that. I'm going to take now tap water just to show you guys this isn't a magic show or anything. And I'm going to go ahead and put tap water back in that one. Notice how it didn't make tea. And I'm going to take the Kangen water again. And now we're going to go back to making tea again, as you see. I'm just going to make a couple more for you here. And another one. I can go ahead and make about 20 cups of tea, but I'll just make about 8 or 9 right here as we have. So you can see, in relation to the body, absorption into the body is far superior, just like you saw absorption into the tea bag. So the water will enter the body, hydrate the body much better at the cellular level. So I'm going to go ahead and show you some other qualities of the water, because remember the machine makes 5 different grades of water, so I'm going to show you them now. One of the other qualities of the water I'm going to show you is I'm going to use some tomatoes here that I just bought at the local healthy food store right nearby down the street. And I'm going to take, because we normally clean our fruits and vegetables in ordinary tap water. So I'm going to take ordinary tap water and just fill this one. Put that there, and I'm going to take, I pre-make 11.5 pH. We call it strong Kangen water. And the reason I use a black container is because 2 things affect the quality of the water, and that is air and light. And I'm going to add that to the water here. And I'm going to let those sit for a couple minutes. And I'm going to show you, let me take that. I'm going to move those off to the side real quick. And I'm going to show you what's happening with those tomatoes with a little demonstration right here. I'm going to just use some sesame seed oil. Take a little of that. A little in there. And then I'm going to take ordinary tap water and add it to the sesame oil. As we know, basic science, oil and water don't mix, as you can see. And then I'm going to take the strong Kangen water, 11.5 pH. And as you can see with water, we just emulsified oil. So it broke down the oil just with water by changing the pH to 11.5. Now you're going to understand what's going on with the tomatoes over here. As I take the tomatoes, and this is the one that was soaking in ordinary tap water. Now that's how you normally clean your fruits and vegetables. Now this is the one that was soaking in 11.5 strong Kangen water. Notice the difference. Now, what just came off there compared to what didn't come off there? This water, just like it broke down the oil in emulsified oil, took the oxidation, the oil-based pesticides that they use, and just took it right off the tomatoes. And now, as you can see, you're going to have tomatoes that don't have any of the pesticides and anything that might possibly be on them. Whereas normally, this is how you would normally eat your tomatoes, with all the pesticides. So that's another quality of the water, that we can use this water for cleaning purposes. You can pretty much get rid of all your household cleaners and just use water, because now we have water that can emulsify and break down oil. Now, the last thing I'm going to show you about the water is, remember we said we clean our fruits and vegetables in the tap water, right? So this is just ordinary tap water. I poured in there, and I'm going to do a little test for chlorine. This is just a chlorine tester. We had about 4 drops in there, and as you can see, it's starting to turn yellow. So that shows us the amount of chlorine in the water. And like I said, a lot of this is going to be an education of things that we might want to change in our life. So I'm going to take, I just cut up a lemon here, and I'm going to take, and this is going to show us as we clean our fruits and vegetables in the tap water. We'll show you something that you might not want to do anymore. We'll just let those soak for a second, just as you normally clean things in the tap water. And now, as you can see, it's clear again. What happened to the chlorine? Did we really clean our fruits and vegetables with the tap water, or did we clean our water with the fruits and vegetables? So just an education as something you might not want to do anymore, and that's why we can use the 11.5 pH for cleaning our fruits and vegetables. Now I'm going to show you the star of the show, which certainly isn't me, but is the technology that comes from Japan that makes Kangen water. I'm going to show you how simple this is to hook up. It only takes a few minutes. You simply just hook this up to your faucet right here, and now what it does, it takes ordinary tap water, and just by moving this, diverting the water into the machine, we are within seconds making Kangen water 9.5. Let me shut that off. Now what the water is doing is first it's passing through this double carbon antibacterial filter where it's filtering the water first. Then it's going in through here, which is called the electrolysis chamber. I'll kind of show you what that looks like and give you a quick little education. It's passing through 7 platinum-coated titanium plates where the water, it's negative and positively charged, so it's splitting the waters. Alkaline water is coming out here, and acidic water is coming out here. And I'm going to show you how simple it is to use the machine. I'll also give you a quick education on what they don't show you on the competition in the marketplace. They don't show you what's inside the machine, and I'll just give you a quick education on theirs compared to ours, because they try to say theirs is just as good for half the price. But as you can see, smaller is not better, but larger, because the more the surface area, this has 450% more surface area what the water's passing through as it's electrically charged. And the benefit of that is the stronger the quality of the waters and the longer those qualities will last. Now I'll just show you how simple it is to use. By simply pressing the button, within seconds we change the kind of waters we're making.
Kangen water 8.5.
So as you can hear, that's making 8.5 pH.
Kangen water 9.0.
9.0.
Kangen water 9.5.
And 9.5. Now, from 8.5 to 9.5 is 10 times stronger. So what they suggest is that you start off at 8.5 for a week or two, then move up to 9.0 for a week or two, and then 9.5 probably by the end of by 30 days. And the reason being is this water will make you detox. It will cleanse the body. And so just to make detox more gradual, you start off at 8.5 and work your way up. Now the next water,
Clean water.
clean water, as you can see it says for medication. So that water we want to use in case you're taking prescription medication, because you saw how the molecules were microclustered, so absorption into the body is much greater, much faster, and a lot of medication is time released. So 30 minutes before, 30 minutes after, you just want to use clean water when taking medication.
Beauty water.
Beauty water, that's slightly acidic, just like our skin, 5.5 pH. For those of you that buy toners, that's what toners are, to tighten and tone and soften the skin. Now, for pennies, instead of spending money on toners, now you can just make it right here from the machine, and you can make gallons and gallons for just pennies. The last two waters.
Strong acidic water.
Strong acidic water is 2.5 pH. If you can see here, it says sanitary. That's what they use in hospitals in Japan and over 30,000 restaurants, because 2.5 pH water will kill 99.9% of all bacteria within 30 seconds. So instead of using harsh chemicals and bleaches and things of that nature, they just use 2.5 pH water for disinfecting. Now the opposite, let me show you this here.
Strong acidic water.
So the 2.5 strong acidic water is coming out the secondary hose here because it's always making two waters at once. So what's coming out here is 11.5 pH, and that's the water I use for cleaning the tomatoes. So 2.5 for disinfecting, 11.5 for cleaning, and that's what you can use for cleaning your fruits and vegetables. Also, you can actually use that as a degreaser and throw away all your household cleaners and use that for cleaning instead of those things with harsh chemicals. So that's pretty much it, the 5 grades of water that we take ordinary tap water and create those 5 grades of water just by simply pressing these buttons. Very simple to use, and that's the technology. The next step is to get back to the person who introduced you to this so you can try the water and experience a live demonstration yourself. Thank you.
Let me just explain to you just a couple more things about the unit. There it is. It's very easy to install. The unit lasts approximately 20 years plus. It's got a 5-year warranty. The investment to the unit is $3,980. When you first hear the price, you know, it's expensive. No matter how I think about it, it is expensive, in my opinion, all right? But when I was talking to my mom, she said, no, that's not expensive. Feeling like me sometimes is expensive. You know, because she was in a hospital, you know, last year, that was expensive. When people get sick and then they can't go to work, that's expensive. Do you know some of the medications out there that people take, how expensive they are? Unbelievable. I saw one pill that was $5 for one pill. I couldn't believe that. They actually sell pills that are $5 for one pill. Okay? That's expensive, right? But, you know, and she said, that ain't expensive. But to me, it's still expensive. However, I'm a savvy consumer and a good businessman, I feel. This is the way I think. $3,980. The maintenance on it, all you have to do is this filter right here. Okay? It's self-cleaning, except every 3,000 gallons, when you produce 3,000 gallons that comes out of the machine, you have to change this filter. It runs about $100. 3,000 gallons for a family of 4, that'll last you about 1.5 years. That's a lot of water. Okay? So that's the only maintenance required. The machine self-cleans itself, and then 3,980, I thought, well, you know what? It lasts 20 years. Let's say it only lasts 15 years. Okay? If you divide 3,980 into 15 years, it comes out to about 73 cents a day. So when you purchase this unit, you become the manufacturer of the best product I've ever seen in 3 decades in the United States. The best product I've ever seen. But you become the manufacturer of the byproduct it produces, and you can make as much of it as you want to give away for free. That is why the marketing works also, okay? For 73 cents, approximately 73 cents. My question to myself was, okay, I'm going to be paying about 73 cents a day for this, and it's going to give me great water. Am I already paying 73 cents? Are you? How many people here drink tap water? Not too many. Most of you drink some kind of bottled water or filter water, okay? Do you know how much that is? Go to 7-Eleven or Circle K or Ralph's, pull one out, and you'll find out that runs about $1 almost every place I know. Yeah, $1.19. Okay, that's about $1. In some places, it's like $3. Okay, there you go, $3.75. You know, Dasani. But you know what? This is, you know, we were 73. This was $1 for one, right? Last year, I drank about, well, I was drinking about 4 cans a day of soda. So I drank about 1,300 cans of soda prior to this business. Last year, I drank maybe 2 cans. Maybe 3. I don't remember drinking it anymore. But let's stick with the water. We were spending, my family was spending $7 a day on water, on bad water, limited bad water. So here was my choice. 73 cents, $7 a day. 7 to 10 bottles, unlimited. Thousands of gallons if I want. Alkaline, acidic. Healthy, sickness. Environmental nightmare? None. I pay for this one forever. Until I die, I pay for this. That one stops. I mean, I was already paying for it. So, you know, when I made it like I normally do, you know, when the decisions on buying something, it was a no-brainer. It was like hitting a fly with a sledgehammer. There was no decision. I was already paying for it. I was paying 10 times more to buy bad water. So again, you know, when you make the decision, see what type of things. And by the way, they make it available in cash, credit card. They have financing. They have a no credit turndown in Adject financing. I've never seen a company that has 0 credit turndowns. In an economy like today, that's unbelievable. No credit turn. They put a minimal down payment. They don't turn down anybody. That's incredible. So as far as the unit, it is probably the best investment I've ever made in, you know, we just save a lot of money, but the main thing is the health. What I want to show you now is the business, okay? Now, for the people who are entrepreneurs, whether you're in this audience or taking a look at it later on, I want you to see about this business because I believe it's a sleeping giant. Nobody knows about it. Can you imagine that? If you go out there right now, you go to the mall and talk to 1,000 people and say, have you ever heard of Kangen Water? 999 will give you the same answer. Huh? That's the same. Nobody knows about it. So, and it's a business that, take a look at this. It's a solid foundation, 34 years in business, proven product. It's now reaching entrepreneurs. They have a very aggressive expansion plan. And they're in an industry, in the health and wellness industry, absolutely massive. And they're a direct sales program. It's not your traditional multi-level. Here, take a look at the marketing, understanding. I want you to understand the difference because that's what you normally see. You've seen one of those, right? And you've heard the story. Hey, all you have to do is sign 5 of your friends, and if those 5 get 5, and if they get 5, and everybody gets 5, you will be paid $1 million a month, you will live in Tahiti, you will have a yacht, and everybody will live happily ever after. Isn't that the story? And it never happens. It happens to what? 1, 2, or 3 people up here? And then the rest of these people, they all have products they can't sell, and friends that won't talk to them. I'm just giving you the facts, right? Take a look at our marketing plan. Look at that. Completely different. This is a real business. It's a direct sales business. We get paid 3 ways. We get paid every time you sell a unit. Every time you sell one, boom. Sell one, boom. Sell one. Also, you get paid overrides because when you sell a unit, you're starting a lane. And any sales down here, you get paid in overrides. That's the second way we get paid. So we get commissions, overrides, and then bonuses, okay? There are no gimmicks to the program. None of that stuff that you hear about, oh, sign-up fee, and you know, you got to stock this, and you got to have auto ship, and annual renewal, all the things that they try to make money. There's no gimmicks here. It's a business, and it pays daily. The only requirement to become a distributor is the unit right here. You have to purchase one because you have to be able to make water. And by the way, because you're using it as a demonstration purpose, it also has some tax benefits to it. You can ask your tax man. All right? Now, here's the commission structure. The company, the price of the unit is $39.80. The company pays out what they call an 8-point system. Each point is $285. They get the $285 from this right here. Those 2 combinations equal that. They give 8 of those away out of there. Now, some people who don't know marketing will think, oh, that's how come it's so expensive, because they're giving that. No, no, no. All products are the same. They all have 40 to 70% distribution profit system on it. Whatever you have, I don't care if it's a watch, whatever this was manufactured for isn't what they sell it for. You know, you buy some, like your Levi's, some of the Levi's, you know, you buy it for $200. How much do you think they manufacture those things for? Not $180. Okay? There's a 40 to 70% on every product on earth. Why? Because if you put it on in the TV and Tiger Woods talks about it, you got to pay him. If you put it on Channel 4, you got to pay Channel 4. If you put it on Super Bowl, there's distribution money on every product. Let me tell you what they did with the distribution money here. Instead of taking that money and paying Michael Phelps or Kobe Bryant or Jack LaLanne or commercials or advertisement, they took all of the distribution money, all of it, and gave it to the distributors. That's why it's causing a frenzy. Imagine all the distribution money being given to the sales department only. Unbelievable. Here's the marketing plan. There's you. You became a distributor, and you sold your first unit. Well, you make $285 on the first unit. Okay, now how do you sell the first unit? This is what makes the whole program work, right? You sell the unit by giving the water, keeping your mouth closed because this is going to get in the way, and you leave them alone. Here, let me ask you this, okay? Why did you buy the unit? Let me ask some of you, why did you buy the unit? Why? Somebody gave you the water. Why did you buy the unit? Somebody gave him the water. Is that the craziest thing you've ever heard? Ask all the people here that have the unit. Why did you buy the unit?
For my health and my family's health.
And somebody gave you the water. That's what you do. You give the water. You don't try to be Cal Worthington or Ralph Williams. Because that's what people will do. They think, oh, I'm good. Oh, I can sell. Nobody can sell a $4,000 ionizer, maximizer, whatever kind of izer this is. It's $4,000. You're not going to sell this. However, if you leave the water and it helps them out, people will pay for health. I never knew that. I was in communication. People will pay for health. If not, their kids will pay for it. Or, I mean, I've never, does everybody buy it? No. But you know what? The people that buy will earn you money. The people that don't, you get to help. Incredible. So to me, it's a win-win situation. You earn $285. But that's not the big money in the program. The big money is the overrides down here. Because if there's a sale down here or down here or down here, you make $285, the same amount, 8 points down. Here, let me give you a real quick scenario. The first person that I brought into the business is Al Dorsey, one of my good friends. It helped him out tremendously. Okay? He bought it, I made $285. Al became a distributor, and in 1 year, he has sold over 15 personally. So I make $285 every time Al sells one. Forever and ever. Okay? Every time he sells one, I make $285. But one of the people that Al sold is Sonia Oakes. Right? There she is. Sonia, how many sales in your organization?
To date, 97.
97. Wow. Yes. You know what? This lane right here has over 125 sales. So because I sold one, I've been paid over 126 times. Is that the craziest override system you've ever seen? It is absolutely phenomenal. And your first 2 sales, the same effect. Now, once you get your third sale, how do you get 3 sales? Simple. Give out 3 waters. Okay? So will everybody buy? No. Again, some will, some won't. The ones that purchase will make you this earnings. The ones that don't, you get to help. You feel better. You know, before I came down here, I was with my friend Joe Florence, and we went and delivered water to a friend of mine. I've been delivering water to this guy for 4 months. And Joe said, you don't really care if they buy, do you? And I said, no, it's helping him. I feel excited because he's a good friend, and it's whether he buys or not, that's his problem. Okay? If he buys, great. But I'm there to help him. What happens is the people buy. Let me tell you what happened when I first got in this business. I called up a friend of mine in New York, one of the top earners in the company. I said, how are you doing this? Tell me step by step what you're doing. He goes, I'm giving the water. You give water out. And I said, do you have to buy a bunch of these machines and leave it there? No. He said, you buy one. And then you make thousands of gallons of water and give it out for pennies. And then I said, okay, and then what? And he goes, then you give them some more. And then I went, okay, and then what? And then he goes, and then you give them more. And I went, wait a minute, you give them more water. When do you ask them to buy? And he said, you don't. And I'm in traditional marketing. I like short-circuited. I go, what do you mean you don't ask them to buy? I said, when does somebody buy? He goes, they'll call you. And I went, they'll call, they're going to call you. You're kidding me. I've been in the program now over 1 year. I've never tried to sell a unit, ever, ever. The last person I brought in was Gus here. All I did was give him the water. The water helps. They call you and say, how do I get one of these? Wow. So on your third one, look at the commission is $570, but the override is $570. If somebody down here sells one, you make $570. If this person sells two, you make $570 times 2, and they put it in your mailbox. How many people in the room here are getting checks on a daily basis in the mailbox? That's what happens. They mail it in the mailbox. Now, once your group gets 10 sales, let's say you did 1, 2, and 3, and the rest here did 7 or more, you now have 10. On your very next sale, you have another promotion, $855. Look at that. And I've received many of these, and I know everybody here has received these, okay? So just to make sure that everybody knows that this is working just before I get moving here, how many people in the room are 2A, 1A, or 1A? Can you raise up your hand? Okay, we have them in the room. How many people have reached 3A spot? Really? 2, 3. Okay, so this is unbelievable, because what happens is if this person sells one, you get an $855 check in your mailbox. You won't believe the feeling, okay? And then once you got 10, all you need is 10 more, because once your business has 20 sales, on your next sale, you now are opening up a 4A lane, 1140. Imagine that. I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those every week. It's unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it. And it's an override. It's not because I sold one. I get it when I sell one, but it's because somebody down here, whom sometimes I don't know, sells one. And I get it. Let me tell you what will happen. A couple of things. Number one, the mailman will become one of your best friends. Am I right? I used to hate the mailman. You know why? He brought bills. Nowadays, we wait for him. I'm going, where is he? My wife goes, let's get going. I say, no. Let's wait, you know. Don't you guys like the mailman? All right. Jim, do you like the mailman? There you go. Don't they become your good friends? Jerry, do you like the mailman? Before, I didn't know the mailman at all, but now I get to know him. How are you? I wait for him. You feeling okay? You want some water? You know? Because he's delivering checks in my mailbox. I've never seen anything like it. Anybody here hit 4A, by the way? How many 4As do we have in the room? We have one there, one across there, one in the back, okay? How long have you been in the business?
7 months.
And you're at 4A now. You've gotten these checks that I'm talking about in the mailbox. Jim, how long have you been in the business? 5th month. Okay? And he's here. Now, once you have 50, okay, you now can open up a 5A lane. Look at the override. You get 1425, 4 points down. You get 1140 on the 5th, 855 on the 6th, and you guys know the rest. This is, you have to understand the way the marketing plan works, but it works as a direct sales, as a real business. There's not a such thing as sign up somebody and you'll earn money for the rest of your life on this person and you can just sit down and money comes down from the ceiling. It does not work that way. It's a business that you work, but wow, what a business. Any 5As in the room? Wow. Can you do me a favor? Can you just stand up for a second, just the 5As? Holy cow, I'm going to ask. What's your name? What is it? How long have you been in the business? Since June. What's your background, may I ask? Okay. When how long have you been in the business? I know Judy. 7 months. Background? Nurse, okay. As far as the business, how do you sell the units? Pass out the water. That's why it works. See? How long you been in the business? 1 year. And you're here now. Have you gotten these checks in your mailbox? I mean, isn't it like, when you get one of these, don't you go, oh my God, this is unbelievable. Yeah. Doug, are you a 5A or a 6A? So you're at 105. So your next sale, because you now have 100 in your group, your next sale, you're opening up a 6A lane. Is that right? Wow, let's have a seat. Look at this. Now, 6A, look at that. And that's the top of the whole, it's like real estate money and real estate overrides. You won't believe when you get an override like that on a product that you didn't sell that from somebody you don't know. And it just goes in your mailbox. Unbelievable. Okay? Now, I want to show you a couple of things. And by the way, once you hit 6A, every lane you open from then on is a 6A lane. And I'll give you one more hint. It is easier to get from 50 to 100 than it is from 1 to 20. Because that first one is you're trying to get traction. But once you get traction, as a matter of fact, when you're here, you're not even counting the sales anymore. Before, you count every one. You know, oh, this one came in. You know, you're like you got a GPS on that sale, you know. But once you're at 100, they're coming in left and right. And you're just, you know, sometimes we get like 20 checks in one day, 25 in another day. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's the best business I've ever seen. And you know, now all the lanes we're opening are 1710 lanes, okay? You know what? I asked some people to come up, you know, just to show you exactly what they think about the business. Can you come on up for a second, real quickly, because we're doing this, and I just want them to let you know about the business, okay?
Hi, my name is Dr. Casey Carter, and I have a background as a doctor of chiropractic, doctor of oriental medicine, licensed acupuncturist, licensed herbalist, and a diplomat of the NCCAOM. And several people introduced me to the water, and I was very skeptical. I ran away, then I came back and circled around it, did research, tried the water, and it helped me sleep better. It started helping my patients. It helped my friends, my family, and did some more research and got involved. And I think it's probably the best business opportunity I've seen, and you have a lot of support here, and I really encourage everybody to get involved with it. I'm fairly new to the business, but I'm getting a lot of results, and so I'm very happy.
Dynamite.
Yeah.
Let's give her a round of applause.
Good evening. I'm Sonia Oakes, and the reason I'm in the business is because a friend shared it with me to see what it would do for me. What it did for me is my arthritic back pain 24/7 is gone. My knee pain is gone. And it is the best business that I have ever been in, the best project. I've been in several. This is phenomenal. The income potential is amazing. And guess what? We get paid daily. That's a novel.
Okay, dynamite.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Annette Blanchard. I'm a holistic health practitioner, and I specialize in sports and injury rehab work. For almost 30 years, I've done deep tissue work, and after that amount of time, my hands flared up so bad I could hardly work for like 3 months. I got the water from someone, and I started taking the water. Within a couple of weeks, my hands cleared up. Chronic 30-year digestive issue disappeared, acid reflux disappeared. I started sharing the water like it was shared with me, and I've helped impact so many people's lives. And in 27 years, out of all of the different business things I've done, like most of us in the room, this has probably been the most fun and the first time I've actually really made money at it. And so it's been a blast.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Eugene Lampkin III, and my background is I am a structural pest control technician. I currently work in the shipping industry. The challenge that I had, like most Americans, I suffered with obesity. And I tried everything, weight loss supplements. My wife and I, we have a top-of-the-line membership at a sports club. I was going to the gym 5 days a week. Nothing seemed to help. The water was given to me. I began to drink the water. I liked the way the water tasted. I noticed the difference within 2 weeks. Well, just after 3 months of treatment, you guys, I was able to reduce my weight by 32 pounds. And as far as the business, thank you. As far as the business, you guys, it's the best venture that I've ever been involved with. My beautiful wife here, she's supporting me. I mean, it's put a smile on her face. You know, every day I'm out there grinding the business, and I'm excited for our future, you guys. And I'm gonna tell you this: if I can do it, you guys, you can do it. You can do it. Anybody can do it. It's phenomenal.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jim Knoll. I've been in this business for just about 5 months, and I used to do retirement planning, and I don't do retirement planning anymore because I'm handing out too much water. Somebody gave me some water, and I liked what it did, and it did something for me that I've really been wanting to do for a long time. I lost some weight, a whole 12 pounds. But it was those last 12 pounds that I couldn't lose because I wanted to get to my high school weight. I'm there.
Okay, dynamite.
Hi, my name is Ryan Corona. I'm in Home Improvement Services. Joe here introduced me to the water. I was a diabetic. I had chronic back pains, and I've been on the water for about 8 or 9 months now. My diabetes is gone. My chronic back pains are gone, and this business is phenomenal. It's the greatest thing right now. And I got 3 checks today.
Hello, everybody. My name is Gerald Kostica. My background is in traditional sales, marketing, and public relations. I've been in the business now for about 10 months. I've got to say, as far as the business is concerned, best venture I've ever seen before, too. I think the reality is we have a huge marketplace because so many of us have lived a very self-destructive lifestyle we didn't realize we were living, and now it's coming to the forefront. Our health is something that's very important. So we're right at the front of something that I think is going to be massive, and I know for me it has been the most lucrative business I've ever done. I've been self-employed. I've worked for other people. This by far wipes them all off the face of the earth. So thanks a lot.
Okay.
I got started with this particular product right here, the SD501, and for me, I noticed more energy, sleeping better, no more knee problems. That was a big one, and I lost 10 pounds in 4 weeks without trying to lose weight. In regards to the business, you guys, I had no intention on doing this as a business, but because of what the water did for about a half a dozen of my friends' parents, that totally turned their health around. It spread from that one little machine to thousands of people, approximately 4,000. Just imagine this, in the last 90 days, it spread to 1,600 people and has paid me more in the last 90 days than I made on my job in 2 years. So take a serious look at this, because most amazing, life-changing business I've ever been involved in.
Okay. Dynamite. By the way, I'd like to thank all of the people, but what happens here, there's also bonuses, unbelievable bonuses involved in the program. Now, you heard what the top people are doing, what everybody's doing. They're sharing the water. That's all we do. We give out water. You know, here, there's a couple of things to do the business. Do you know anybody that drinks water? Do you know anybody that the water may help? Wow. You know, it's the best, you become their best friend. You're bringing a potential, you know, something that might potentially make them more healthy, okay? We take them to a live demonstration, and then we follow up. Now, I will end this by letting you know, the reason people are earning money, this is from a marketing point of view, is because once in a while, all the, you know, I used to say all the stars are correct on this. You know, because I'm a consultant. That's what I do. And when I'm looking at this, all the pieces are there. I've never seen one where all the pieces are there. These two are hard to get right here. You cannot get timing in a rock-solid company. Normally, timing comes with risk. Timing means you're there first. But you're there first because it's brand new. Brand new 99.9% of them fall. This one is timing, and it's 34 years rock solid. How can that be? Because it's been in Japan, okay? Also, they have products that have a marketing approach that everybody can do. Everybody can give away water. And then the compensation plan, you saw it. But here's another one. The target market are the people that control the planet Earth, the baby boomers. If you follow baby boomers, we've been following them for 30 years because somebody very successful told me way back, he said, follow the baby boomers. They explode everything they hit. It's like a basketball going through a hose. From Buster Brown to KFC to McDonald's to the internet to the communication, that group explodes everything they hit. And they control all of the money. All of these people now are 50, 60, and 70. As a matter of fact, somebody told me every 16 seconds, something like that or whatever, somebody turns 60 in this country. Something like that. I don't know what it is. I know Jim was telling me once. But that's our target market are the baby boomers. Unbelievable. Guess what the number one concern of baby boomers are? Ask anybody, ask any of them in the room. Health. Number one, it's health. Okay? They're way past the money. These people, are, you know, they're all about family, the guy upstairs or whatever, and health. Money's there, but it's not first like the young guys, right? Okay? And it's a simple, duplicatable system. You have a great company. The growth is, you can be part of the growth. They're expanding all around the world. You know how many distributors they have, like in, you know, somebody told me today, somebody here, Oregon, right? I said, yeah, I think we have like maybe 2 distributors there, you know? It's unbelievable. Nobody's doing this. No one. Diamond Bar, they got like 1 distributor. What's up with that? You know, Palm Springs, at least you got about 50 or 60, right? There's a few retired people in that area, all right? It's a great product. You have leaders that will work with you, by the way. These are people who have a great track record. The marketing system is proven, and you're trained by some of the best people. So I'll close it out this way. This is a company that started out in Japan. They're very successful in their consumer and commercial rollout. The company decided to expand into North America. Now, they expanded in 2003, but they've been buried in a very quiet market for 3 years. Nobody's known about them. They're now coming out, and it's starting to spread. Now, they have offices, you can see, in Honolulu, in Southern California, Chicago, New York, and in Vancouver, British Columbia. You can start your business right there, wherever you are. You can start your business for under $4,000 on a product that you're probably paying for already. And anytime there's any sales in your organization, no matter where they are, you get paid over there. So basically, this is a different business. You know, I consult for businesses. Normally, you have to put in $500,000 to go into business, 250 grand. I've never seen where you put in this little amount to make your kind of money, Bobby. I've never seen that. That is ridiculous. That's totally backwards. And you have a worldwide business. You're not stuck in some corner like some donut shop where the only customers are the people driving by. You know, you see traditional businesses, their only business is in that corner. This one, if you're in Southern California there, okay, and you happen to have a distributor who sells one all the way in South Africa, you get paid over there. Bobby's got sales all over the world, so have I. We get paid over there, so you basically have a worldwide business. Unbelievable. So here's what I'm going to do to close this out. First of all, if some of you have been looking at a business, or if you've tried out other things, or if you've tried out some kind of a multi-level thing, it didn't work for you, or some home-based business, try this one out. Because if you've test drove all the businesses out there, try this one. I believe if you check everything out, you try the water, you take a look at what's happening with these people, you'll probably see that you're looking at one of the best financial set of wheels on the road today, okay? Now, I want to close this this way, because after the meeting is over, normally, if you're watching this on a DVD, okay, What happens is after the meeting is over, somebody always says, well, what do you think? You know, who's brand new here? Who's new, right? Help me out, okay? Somebody's going to say, well, what do you think? It's such a terrible question. You know, it's E. Here, I'm going to make it easy for everybody. I'm going to reverse it. For all the new people, after the meeting is over, all you have to do is go back to the person who sent you to this meeting, or maybe who gave you a DVD or who let you watch this program. Go back to that person, you're going to tell them one of three things. That's it, okay? 1, 2, or 3. Pretend you're going through a McDonald's drive-thru and you're going to order. 1, 2, it's very simple. Order number 1 means thanks but no thanks. I'm not interested in the business. I don't drink water. I don't know anybody who drinks water, whatever, okay? You're just not interested. And you know what? It's not for everybody. Am I right? How can something be for everybody? We're looking for people who want to change their finance and see potential in this one, okay? So number 1, it's not for you. Nothing wrong with that. Number 2 means I want to try out the water and give me more information. I'm very interested. Let me try. For heaven's sakes, try out the water. And if you know, somebody here should have water for you, by the way. Before you leave this area, you must take water. We've been talking about water. Aren't you thirsty? All right? So bring home some water. And if you don't have water, come to somebody here. Somebody will get you water for sure. Okay? Or number 3. Number 3 means, let me try out the water. Give me some information. And how do you get started in this thing? Show me how to get started. Okay? Because I want to do this right now. 1, 2, or 3. That's all you need to do. Okay? We hope you're number 3, obviously, because we're trying to build this. All right? So, and if you're not doing anything, why don't you help us out? Okay? I mean, that's pretty strong. But anyway, I'll go ahead and close this out. Thanks for joining us. Okay? And get back to the person who did invite you. Try out the water. And I hope you see what we see. Okay? Our meeting has just ended. Yours has just began. Thank you.